You know, it's modern times. When people hear of fingerstyle, nowadays they think of dressing up their hand in little denim jackets and free people silks. Call me old-fashioned. I think a beautiful finger-picked guitar when I hear about fingerstyle. So today we're talking about the 4 fingerstyle patterns that you should probably learn on guitar. It's going to help you out. It's going to be super important. I'm rocking out this Ortega nylon string guitar for this, and we're going to do this in the classiest, most fashionable chord that I can think of, A major 7, okay? Everyone knows the key of A is the most fashionable, classy chord, just like everybody knows that Jeffrey Dean Morgan is the most classical, fashionable man on television nowadays. So to play this, all you have to do is get the open A string, middle finger on the second fret of the D string, pointer finger, first fret on the G string, ring finger, second fret on the B string. Kudos to you if you got the Jeffrey Dean Morgan thing. So this is the only chord that we're gonna do, A major 7. Everything else is gonna be a different pattern that we're gonna put on this to make it sound pretty cool, all right? So first of all, very basic. First fingerstyle pattern you should ever learn is gonna sound like this. Beautiful in its simplicity. Okay, everybody should know it. Very first one you should do. This is like the New York City of fashion and fingerstyle, okay? Your thumb is responsible for the A and the D string, okay? Your pointer finger is responsible for the G string, and your middle finger is responsible for the B string. So to do this, all you have to do, and again, you have that A major 7 chord, just chilling there, right? Just like gray denim just chills at the top of the denim color list for all of time. And you really choose your thumb to get the A string, then your pointer finger to get the G string, your thumb to get the D string, your middle finger to get the B string. I'm thinking of this as like a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now the reason I'm counting it that way instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 is because your thumb is kind of responsible for the downbeat. So this is going to be prevalent in all of these, really, where the thumb is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the pulse of fingerstyle guitar, right? Whatever your thumb's got going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and over again, right? Just like this. So that's fingerstyle pattern number 1, okay? Now, I'm not going to talk so much about the technique of all this stuff. We're just going to do the patterns. If you want to look at the technique, I just did a MasterClass with my buddy Classical Kyle, who is actually a legit professor in classical music that I will link you to, that is hours of classical technique, hands-on, from fashionable guys just teaching you how to do this in a very slowed down way. But right now we're just talking about patterns, okay? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's it, the New York City #1 fashion pattern right now, okay? So now we're stepping it up a little bit, okay? What I want to do here for this next one is we're actually going to introduce your ring finger. So this is still going to be the middle 4 strings on the guitar, but we're going to go like this. Seems really simple, but it technically is a different pattern, and now we're bringing in an extra finger. So this is going to be like the Paris of fashionable fingerstyle patterns, because we have that extra finger, and everyone knows that Parisians are a little bit extra. So now it's just thumb, pointer, middle, ring. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and just like that. Super simple. Okay? Now this kind of has a dreamy like effect, whereas like pattern number 1 is more of like a singer-songwriter thing. In fact, if you just have like the chords to, what is it, Landslide? You can do that whole song with just that pattern number 1, okay? Which that song is also taught in the MasterClass. How about that? But it's really good to know Parisian pattern number 2. This is great for getting your fingers acclimated to the distance between the strings because you're just going through it, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You know what? The great thing about learning fingerstyle patterns is they're almost kind of like plug and play. And within one chord sequence or something, you can try different patterns out and see how it sounds, okay? So now, we're going to go to pattern number 3, okay? It's going to sound like this. Okay, so what we have now is we're doubling one of the beats with 2 of the strings sounding out at one time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we have a double in there. This is going to be the London of fashionable cities because of double-decker buses. It just makes a lot of sense. Off the cuff. So we have 1, 2 on the 2 beat. So your thumb grabs the A string on the 1. On the 2, we're getting the thumb on the D string and the middle finger on the B string. 1, 2, 3. The downbeat of the 3 is going to be back to the A string and pointer finger G string. 4. There's that 4th downbeat. So again, remember downbeat is just 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 2, 1, 2. We're adding 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. Now just because we're not playing the and of 4, I still want you to count it. Otherwise you might end up on the 1 sooner, like 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3. No, you don't want to do that now. That's a fashion faux pas. That's like wearing Crocs with long pants, or just Crocs in general if you're outside of a retirement home or something. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. Okay? Now it's time for fingerstyle pattern number 4, the Mac Daddy pattern. We're gonna add another string. Next level. We're gonna have your thumb be on a 3-string patrol. Okay, this is gonna be like the Milan, the mecca of fashion, the mecca of fingerstyle. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. Now this is really good if you are into like Travis picking, like if you want to get into that, which, guess what, in that masterclass, there's a whole section on Travis picking and playing like Shaky Graves style stuff. But this isn't the masterclass. This is free premium YouTube content by a free premium YouTube fashion instructor. So what we got here for this pattern is 1 is just like every other one. This is the A string, right? Now we're adding what we did in the previous one. The 2 is D and B together with your thumb and your middle finger. 1, 2. But now the 3, instead of going back to the A, we're alternating with the low E string, which this is really common in a lot of different things where the A string and the E string kind of share the fret, but they alternate back and forth because it's a root and it's 5th, even if it's on the A string. What I mean by that is in A, B, C, D, E. E is a 5th of A. So it always sounds really good. So you can always get this high E string in there too, if you feel like it too, right? So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. So it's really a lot like pattern 3, except now when we have the 3, we have that low E string, and then the and of 3 is going to be the G string. The 4 downbeat is going to be the D string, or the D string, and then the and of 4. Now we're filling that space instead of counting it, not playing it like you did in pattern 3. We're filling it with the B string, okay? 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. This is a great one because we're using 5 out of 6 strings, just like the Milanese fashion police use everything at their disposal to lay down the law when somebody's messing up. And we're jumping, your thumb again is on triple patrol because we're going A, D, E, D, A, D, E, D for 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It might be a good idea just to practice this. This is a good technique thing, just to drill on time to a metronome or a backing track or something, just back and forth between your thumbs. But I don't want to give away too much of that masterclass because we talk about that too, believe it or not. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then eventually you kind of get it just faster. Then you just move that shape around, okay? So again, all the examples here are just in this beautiful A major 7 shape. You can do this over absolutely anything, any chord, even if they're not open chord voicings. You know, you can do like a closed C sharp minor chord voicing. And then kind of like combine those different. however you want to do it. Learning patterns is a great way to incorporate maybe a new component into your playing if you've never really focused on fingerstyle. Sounds great on nylon, like this Ortega guitar. Sounds great on steel string acoustics, electrics, ukuleles. Why not? You know, go crazy. At the end of the day, you know, if 2019 has taught us anything, is that there really are no fashion rules anymore, and you can just do whatever, you know? But just straight up open strumming, that's just kind of like just giving up on life if that's all you have. That's like wearing like a muumuu to Walmart or, you know, whatever the fashion equivalent would that be. You want to have at least some fingerstyle knowledge in your back pocket at all times. But again, if you're fashionable, you probably don't have pockets. So thanks for watching this video and sticking with it this long. Make sure to click that link in the description, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks.